On my right is Ari Stern, and on my left are Yisrael Sampson and Avram Schwartz. We will be interviewing Rabbi Moshe Feifer. Rabbi Feifer was born in the city of Bilgoray in the state of Lublin, now in Poland. At the age of 13, he left his hometown to study Talmud in various yeshivot institutions throughout Poland. He was ordained a rabbi in 1936 by Rav Aaron Kotler in the city of Kutsk. At that time, he married and settled in Warsaw. In 1938, his daughter was born. He was interned in the Warsaw Ghetto in 1942 along with his family. He participated in the 1943 uprising, after which he was taken to the extermination camp at Treblinka, where his wife and child were killed. He spent the duration of the war in 7 death camps, including Majdanek and Buchenwald. He was liberated by the Russians from Theresienstadt on May 12, 1945. He weighed 85 pounds. Of the 70 members of his family who lived in Nazi-occupied Europe, he is the only one to survive the Holocaust. Rabbi Feifer is presently remarried and living in Queens, New York, where he is the rabbi of a synagogue and a teacher of the Talmud at the Masifta Ohr Torah in Queens, New York. I would like to thank the Bronx High School of Science for the use of their facilities in conducting this interview, as well as Martin Green, the teacher in charge of video, and Robert Tim, assisted by Kathy Brown, doing the actual camera work. Rabbi Feifer, do you recall the election of Hitler in 1933 and the Jews' reaction to it?
Yes. At that time I was in rabbinical seminary in Letsk. The impression was that Germany is persecuting the Jews, and the influence in Poland was already that the students of the universities had problems, they were thrown out, they had numerous clauses, and in the streets of Warsaw we used to see already from the ND, this is the right group of like not Nazis, but they were anti-Semites. They used to throw stones at the windows of the stores and the great stores of Warsaw, and we used to feel it. Especially in people in business, but as a student I didn't feel it so much, but what I read in the papers, there was a great influence on Poland.
How big was anti-Semitism before the 1920s, before Hitler took power?
As a youngster in Poland, we used always to feel that we are second-rate citizens, and as Jews, always we had to go bend down the head. We could never confront it, a non-Jew, because we know that he is always the super over us. Matter of fact, we used to go to the river in a hot day in July and August. We used to go together, 20 boys, because we used to be afraid to go alone. Because we felt it in every other way. We felt that we are not equal as the other people in Poland.
If such circumstances existed, why didn't you leave when you had the chance?
Very good question. We never had the chance to leave. To get out of Poland, we needed money. And people usually in Poland who wanted to leave could not leave. But not Israel at that time. Who went? Some of them went. They had to dry the mud and to chop the stones. In Israel, it was a very difficult life in Israel at that time in the 30s, and therefore it was we had to suffer. We had to suffer.
I have a question. What was the conditions when the Germans came in Poland, in Warsaw? Was it people? Could they do anything they wanted? Could the Jews have, in some kind of way, talk to the Germans, do anything when the Germans just came in?
In 39, 1st of September, first of all, we suffered more than any other in Warsaw, because especially the bombs, when they throw the bombs, was at the sections where the Franziskaner and Nalevkis and in Genscher were the sections of the Jews. I remember the Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur when they used to come. I was in a different section living in Tvar. The people came at night, wounded. Many people were killed. Why they bombed this section? We knew immediately that it was because there were the sections of the Jews. There was no military there, there was no army there, but they did it. And after this, after 4 weeks, when Warsaw was fighting against the Germans, they came in. Immediately they gathered the Jews to work. They caught any Jews they caught in the street. They took him to clean up the streets from the bombs, from the bricks, from the walls which fell down. And when they were working, they were hit. The Germans used to hit them. They used to torture them. It was really till they cleaned up Warsaw, it was a terrible thing to go out. It was fearful to go out in the street for a Jew. And then they used to go into the houses to take out people to work. We were hiding. But after they cleaned up Warsaw, and we had to stand in the lines for bread, for milk, we had families. And our good neighbors, the Polacks, used to show to the Nazis when we were, here's a Jude, a Jew, is standing. He used to come out and he'd come and throw us out on the line. You have to go back to the line and after other 100 people standing in again. And we felt it immediately when they came in. And then they had list of names, special people, like lawyers, politicians. They had names from before. We used to take them out in the middle of the night and they disappeared.
I didn't know if you were Jewish or not.
First of all, every non-Jew in Poland could recognize a Jew in the face.
Let's say if you had a small nose.
It was even a small nose. It was a different face. The Germans didn't recognize only the Polacks. They recognized and they knew. First of all, the neighbors. They knew. They brought in the Germans into the houses. And we have been suffering even before the war started with Russia. We already felt but we never even dreamed that there would be such a thing like crematoriums or gas chambers. Okay, it was war, we understood that Germany wants to fight and to have more room, or they called it Lebensraum, more territory. But why the Jews? We did not believe that he's going really to kill the Jews. So we were working, then slowly we started. The people started to make little business, to sell, to buy, and so on. But in 41, when started the war with Russia, then we felt already they took out Jews and disappeared. We didn't know.
Why didn't the Jews, after learning about the history for 2,000 years, why didn't they realize that if, let's say, one country started to say we're going to kill the Jews, they really meant it?
We never believed that the people, first of all, we knew Germany, the literature of Germany. We knew the philosophers and the poets, and the writers. We knew that Germany was intelligent and educated people. And as an educated person, how could an educated person do such a thing? They're not wild animals. Why should they kill old people, women and children, for no reason? Okay, they want us to work, we will be ready to work. But to kill, nobody was we didn't believe that they really mean to kill the Jews. Okay, they want us to work, we will be able to be slaves, we will work, but not to be killed. Therefore, we didn't believe that they mean really to kill.
The barbarians.
We didn't believe
the land of
We could not believe that humans are able to do such things. Human beings to be able to do such things.
Who organized the resistance in the Warsaw Ghetto?
See, I don't know exactly how it came to, because in the ghetto, in the beginning, we were surrounded with a wall. We couldn't go outside the ghetto. and we had to go only in the morning out to work as an organized group. I, for example, was working at the airport. We used to unload and load on all kinds of things working at the airport. In the morning, 5 o'clock, we used to go out, and in the evening, we used to come back. And going out, we used to take 2 shirts, 2 underwears, and then we used to sell it to the Gentiles, and we used to bring back some food, bread, sometimes butter, and sometimes we used to bring a piece of meat. What we were able to do is to buy it there. And this was going on like this till 42, and we heard something like they are going to take out the Jews to other places. We didn't know what they're going to do. And hundreds of thousands of Jews had to register to go out, and what they said, it was official made that all the Jews who are in the ghetto have to go out because it is too sticky here, it's too many people here, they cannot live, they don't have ability to make a living, but when they're going out to the occupied sections of Russia, there they have farms, they have villages, they have work, they have fresh air, everything will be okay. And in this way, even more, they said whoever will come to the Judenrat, or to the committee of the Jews, he got a half a kilo bread and a marmalade, a box of marmalade, and then you can take with you, not too much, but take yourself a little bag, bundle, or whatever the most important thing, and there you will have everything. And this was going on for almost a year, till 43. And in 43, before, probably some people knew already, when they came from Treblinka. How did they come from Treblinka? They used in Treblinka, after they killed the people, they used to take the garments, the shoes and the suits, and put them on wagons and bring them back to Warsaw. From Warsaw they exported them to Germany. And one of the Jews who was working there at the train was hiding in such a wagon among the suits, among the clothes. And he came back to Warsaw, and he told the people, and then started to organize the resistance. Because and when I remember the first time I read in Yiddish, in Jewish, Jews don't believe them that you're going to work in any places, you are going to be exterminated, you're going to be killed, to kill. I didn't believe myself. I said, this is propaganda. This is not possible. How could a man doing such a thing to people? Until we find that there came another person came back, jumping down from the trains, and they told us the story, what's going on. Then this resistance started. But who actually started this? I don't know. Later I read about Anilevich and other people.